What's in the box?
Hey, how's it going? This is Jay from Outer Space Games. Today we're going to be unboxing Mega Man the board game. So, as you can see, this is the front of the box. This is a Kickstarter project that I backed at the Deluxe level edition, so we'll get to those extras and stuff in a bit as well. On the sides of the box you can see the Robot Masters, artwork, Mega Man, Proto Man, and Dr. Light. On the back here you have your typical description, some of the components that are included, and a list of everything in case you want to double check. So this is published by Jasco Games, who also do a card fighting system. Anyways, let's see what's inside. Okay, first up we have a nice kind of a print poster type thing. Then you can see here the rule book, full color. Sorry, I'm trying to look through. It doesn't look like there's a ton of pictures in terms of examples, but there are some nice artwork and bits like that. So, and here we have a quick reference, turn sequence, and what's on all the cards. So then we have some punch out counters. You can see some of the enemies represented that you'll be fighting through the levels. Here we have Mega Man tokens, and there's a couple sheets of these with different enemies on each one. So plenty of variety, looks like there. Here we come to, I guess this is like the center of the game board, and the other bosses will connect to it depending on what you're, I guess, fighting or playing with. So looks like a really nice insert. You have a space for everything in here. Here you have dials for different things. Looks like 6 of them, so these are probably the player dials in here. Again, it's really nice that there's slots for everything. Here it looks like we have some energy tokens. They're a little cool, like translucent blue. Some mini cards. Let me crack those open. So here we have a stack of, tiny cards. So it looks like these are the enemies that you fight, maybe the challenges you have to do to get through them. There's a ton of them. Here it looks like we're coming up on some bosses. So quite a variety of different things. Here we have some custom Mega Man dice. Wow, these are really big, definitely larger than your average size dice. Looks like these are printed, not etched. But here you have Mega Man symbol, a shooting, +2. So different things. Looks like you have 12 dice here. So here you have the different bosses, Iceman, Fireman, Cutman, Gutsman, Electman, and Bombman. So these are the levels that you'll journey through before you finally, So you have a start going all the way to the boss. Underneath there, looks like we have different sets of cards. So the gameplay in this game works by everyone having cards, depending on how many players you have, and you play cards to affect both your own character and the other player characters as you're playing through. So that's pretty cool. It's got like the foil, so it's probably a player controlled thing like that. Here are some boss characters, abilities, and some Mega Man player cards. I might crack a few of these just to see the different types of cards or the variety. Who knows, they might be all the same. So here we have, looks like the majority of the cards that you'll have in your hand. So different abilities with the name here. And they appear to be double-sided. So like a positive on one side, or you can turn it over. So I think if you play it on yourself, you probably use the blue. And if you play it on an opponent, you play the red side. So very interesting. So all of these are like double abilities. So finally we get to the minis. Wow. A little annoying. So each of these are polybagged, sealed on both sides. So I guess we'll rip them open to show you what's inside. So each of these figures comes with a stand and the actual figure itself. So here we have a close-up look at Bomb Man. Alright, so it's not too difficult to get them on their bases. Something that's really cool, one of the stretch goals, is that they came colored, so their color injection molding. I think it adds a lot to the characters to see them actually colored. If they were just a solid color or a gray, I think it would take away a little bit, so that's really cool. Get through some other ones. Iceman. Yeah. And let's definitely show the man himself, Mega Man. So, as far as I know, in the base game, all the player characters, the Mega Mans, are all the same pose anyway. So, you have 6 of those. I don't think I mentioned this game plays up to 6 players. What's cool is they are sized, I guess, proportionally in some ways to their in-game representation. So you can see Guts Man here is bigger than Bomb Man. Here's comparison shots to Mega Man. So definitely larger. Here we have Fireman and Cutman. Got some nice details in the fingers and stuff too. And I like kind of that gradient flame and stuff. Definitely excited that they were able to get the colored versions in there. And here we have a look at Electman and Dr. Wily. So those are all the miniatures included in the base game. So I think that's all we have in here. So now we'll move on to some of the Kickstarter extras and see what we have there. Alright, this is the rest of the stuff that was in the Kickstarter box, or shipped with the Kickstarter stuff. So you can see we have 2 packages of dice, some card packs, expansions, and a box with stuff in it. Let's go through, crack open the dice. So that's pretty cool. We saw, sorry, my dog is being real loud today. Anyways, we saw in the base game you had these custom dice, and it looks like you're getting 4 of those and then some extras on top of that. So I believe these blue and red ones are just normal D6s, except for instead of a 6 you have either the Mega Man symbol with the blue ones or a Dr. Wily etched into the red ones. So these are, like I said, standard D6s you can use with any game. Again, they're really, really big. It's kind of nice, actually. Just more detail. I like the weight of it and everything. Very cool. And then the 4 regular ones as well. So there's 2 packs of these extra dice that are included with the Deluxe Edition Kickstarter. Here we have some extra card packs. Different abilities, it looks like. Again, it's the double-sided red and blue. Now we have our first expansion. This adds Time Man and Oil Man. If you don't remember those from the original Mega Man, these were bosses added and Mega Man powered up. I mean, the box is pretty standard. You got Oil Man and Time Man on the sides. Some more Mega Man action. And then similar to the base game, just showing you what's inside the components list. So, alright, so here we have some more counters. You have your two, I guess, boss slots that you can add on to the normal board. More counters. Some extra energy. Those little mini cards with the challenges and everything. So yeah, I mean, it looks like everything in the base game we saw, just more tailored to these bosses. In terms of the miniatures, interesting. We're given 2 more Mega Mans. Not sure if it also expands the players. But here you can see the Time Man and Oil Man with his pretty scarf. So there are those expansions for you. Again, I like how these inserts are just well made, you know, to fit everything back in. I kind of do it haphazardly, but it's very functional. And it looks like, just from a glance, it'll probably fit into the base game as well. So everything should fit in there well. The size of these, I want to say it looks like sleeves. Sleeve cards will work as well. I'm not sure about width-wise, but in terms of length, it looks like you'll have enough room in that respect. So, let's take a look at this box. Alright, during the Kickstarter campaign, there was a lot of stretch goals. This looks like to be a lot of those. So a huge stack of abilities. Proto Man, Roll, Rush. There's the big guy. And some more Mega Man. With different poses. I think this is just to differentiate the various characters you have, which we'll see the poses will match these bonus figures and stuff. So very cool. I guess you get extra characters and abilities right there. So the first one that sticks out has got to be the big guy right here. That's awesome. So not quite as large, obviously, proportionally as he is in the game, but he's still a big hunk of plastic. Looks awesome. You know, the Mega Man style, I think, is very iconic, and it translates really well to these miniatures. They capture the look really well. So, that's very cool. Well, let me show you some of the extra figures. It looks like we have... So here's the dog, Rush, Proto Man, and Roll, for instance. Saw their cards earlier. And here's Dr. Light. So, some bonus, I guess, hero characters we'll call them. And then trying to dig through and find some of the alternate poses for Mega Man. Here's your standard Mega Man pose from the original. Here are some alternate poses. You know. There's a maskless version. He's running. Just to give you some variation and to stick out so not everyone is doing the same goofy Mega Man pose. Oh, and of course, can't forget his famous jumping pose. So, a few different Mega Mans to just spice up your base game. I kind of wish these were in the base game. I'm glad I got the deluxe edition for the extra poses. I think it adds a little more variety to what would be, you know, just standard stuff. So, also included in here are a bunch of these gold variants. They're more or less just collectors figurines, same poses. I don't believe all the bosses were unlocked, so 3 bosses, but at least you have all the hero characters. So, alright. So finally, an option that was available and stuff that we unlocked was for all the bosses to actually be represented by miniatures. Now, they don't really add anything to the gameplay, but they can be used when an enemy spawns to basically physically represent what's there. So instead of a card or a token that you saw, those chits, you have the actual, 3D piece. It's cool to see them all represented. There was an option to purchase like, I think 5 or 6 of each of the bosses, or each of the enemies. That way you could, have enough minis for all of them if they were to spawn while people are playing. But with the deluxe version, I think you get 2 of each of these guys with the big eye. So yeah, I guess that's Mega Man the board game Kickstarter Deluxe edition for you. So can't wait to get this to the table. We went through a very long wait to finally get all these figures, so I'm glad it's finally here. We'll get to play it soon and get a gameplay video and review up for you. So thanks for watching. Check out our YouTube channel for other unboxings, play sessions, and check out our podcast when we talk about more in depth a lot of these games and what we thought about. Out of Space Games. Thanks for watching.